What's up, and welcome to the Los Wise Guys podcast. I'm your host, Eslam, aka Raw God of the Sun, accompanied by Dan Papa Sun Killer and Dan Emperor Disco. How's it going, fellas?
What's up? What's up? Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Our first. No, it's not. Well, I mean, technically, our first recording of the new year, and then the LWGF VGL Season 4 just went up today as our first episode of the new year. So go check that out. Uh, Go check out our picks. Let us know how we did, what you would have done differently. How you guys feeling about your picks?
I feel pretty good. I got a good feeling.
Yeah,
My heart's
I
telling me yes.
yeah, I feel good, but at the same time, it's just like what really matters is how you play the
yeah,
year. You know what I'm saying? It's like
very true.
you
It's
could draft shitty and then play well and
yeah,
come out on top. So
very true.
yeah.
Let's see, man. I'm so far. I'm three counter picks in. The year just started.
You're
See
always
how.
gonna get you're always gonna be the most counter picks every
Let's see.
fucking time.
Let's see how many more counter picks I get.
Yeah. The
I
counter
hope
pick
they.
I have of
I
yours,
hope they take you all down.
what did I pick for
Just
you?
counterpick his whole list so he can't change it.
um, you counter pick Pacific Drive. I think.
Yeah, and I'm not happy about that counter pick. I just want to be clear. It's just like that was just like the best option because I had the last counter pick in the league. So I was just like, based off of what I'm
I
seeing,
mean, there
that's
were
what we're
other
going with.
options, bro.
That's the best
Like
option. That was by far the best option.
you could have picked like WWE 2K3
I
or
could
whatever.
have, but that's I had to wait. I had to wait. I had to go back and forth. I have another counter pick available. Who's to
Yeah.
say I won't pick that? You know, but that was the best option. Pacific
Whatever,
Drive.
man. There's collusion
It's
happening
not.
here.
It's not.
Everybody wants to take me
Ready to
down.
rumble. Rudy says. Rudy's in the chat.
Yeah, we were just talking about the Royal Rumble, Rudy. Dan was letting us know. He's going to Florida. Florida better watch out, bro. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen when Dan goes to Florida.
I've been to Florida so many times already.
Nah, this is the first time ever.
Like I can't count how many times I've been to Florida in
I've
my
never
lifetime.
been to Florida.
I've
So
My family has a timeshare in Orlando for Disney. Like I've
Oh
been
fuck
countless
yeah,
times.
you did tell us that. We were supposed to go one year.
We were supposed to go a couple years,
Yeah, that shit
quite a
never
few
I've been
times.
happened.
there.
That
That
shit would
never
have been
I've been
crazy.
happened.
there. I've been there once as a kid, and I just remember it being the hottest place I ever been. I remember like leaving the airport and literally feeling like a vampire, like my skin's melting off.
The
Oh,
hottest I've ever been is in Jersey for sure.
Wow.
Like yeah,
that's wild.
I've been in like
Um,
110 over here in Cali, but nothing like at least my memory. Not like
I
I
think
just
because
remember.
Florida is very humid, right? If I'm not
it
mistaken,
is.
because
Yeah,
it rains a lot.
that
That's why.
But it's
that
one of those
different
things.
type of
It's like
heat.
when I would go like in August, and
Yeah.
like to Florida, I'd be okay. It's just I remember there was. It's my family loves telling the story. There was this one time, July years ago, we wanted to go to this kind of like a camping site type thing.
Yeah.
It was closed, so we ended up going to another one, which it wasn't a camping site. It was a hiking site. We had
Mm,
to hike out to your thing, and we didn't know. We didn't know. I
damn.
remember me and my family went out there. It was bad. We were just yelling. I was forced to drink beer because there was no more water. Um, I remember my dad being very upset, tossing a boombox into a lake. We left everything behind once we got there, and then on the
Damn.
way back, he had to we had to hike back to the car after everything. We
Yeah.
didn't even enjoy Fourth of July. It was horrible. Some guy told him about this path that would be quicker, and he just trekked out there. He brought the car and drove it onto the hike site,
Jesus.
and we just escaped.
Damn.
That's
I
so
gotta get my
funny.
family on here to talk about that episode about that. It was the hottest day of the year. It was like on record for like one of
Damn.
the hottest days, like Fourth of July's in history. And I was like, yeah, that's the day that we fucking go and do this. So, I don't
Hike.
like holidays, guys.
Exactly what Rudy said. Sounds like a low budget movie.
Man, it was crazy.
It's a
But
low budget family vacation.
I think about it, yeah, because it was like my dad was there, his cousin, my mom. Like it was just horrible. Just we all just nobody was happy. We're all miserable. I fell down a hill. It was just a lot.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's a terrible vacation.
it was the worst.
Get me out of these woods! Like my
It was bad, man. It was bad.
All
cousin Vinny.
right. So today we are here to talk about a little movie called Rebel Moon, directed by, I think, written by and directed by Zack Snyder. the creator of the DCEU, um, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, all those movies. Um, Also, better movies. The Watchmen and 300. So, well, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, you're
I'll
good.
just
You're good.
say that I
You're
saw
good.
your little head
Yeah.
nod. Um, for this movie, honestly, I didn't know how I felt while watching it. I still don't know really how I felt, how I feel now. Um, it was just it's a space opera in the sense of Star Wars, in the sense of Dune. Um, and it drew a lot of inspiration from both of these universes. And I don't know, I didn't really connect with any of the characters. I it's just that's my initial feelings on it. I was very much looking forward to this movie.
That was your first mistake right there. Good.
Um, yeah, and I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm sick and I'm not in like a good mood right now to receive this new
Yeah.
information.
It
But
was Rebel Moon that did it. It got you sick.
yeah, it was just it didn't hit it for me. That's what I'm gonna say. We'll get into some details later, but it definitely didn't hit it for me, and I'm disappointed. But you never know. We'll see. Part two's coming out in April. Let's see if that helps tie this whole story together. And apparently, there's a director's cut where it's even longer. I'm
Oh my
like Zack
gosh.
Snyder, like dude, listen, I love you and all, but take a writing class. Like, there's no need for you to be making them these long.
I mean,
Um,
all they all do. It's just it gets edited down.
sure, yeah, they get edited down, but I feel like his movies, when they get edited down, they're not as good as the director's cut. And then when the director's cuts are decent, but they're just too long. So I
Mm.
think he just needs to edit his story writing a little more, like how he paces the story and all the information that he gives. I feel like sometimes it's a bit too much, but that's besides the point. We'll get into it later. Disco, tell us how you initial thoughts about this
I
movie.
uh I kind of had that same confused feeling as you. Like when it finished, I was like, I felt like I wanted to like it, but like you said, it just didn't land. And for
Yeah.
me, it felt like a combination of Seven Samurai. I don't know if you guys seen that anime
Mhm.
and like old movie,
Yeah.
and mixture with like Star Wars, like you said. So I felt like Seven Samurai and Star Wars just smashed together. As there had like a lot of the elements from Seven Samurai, like a farm town with like
Yeah,
attacked
I see
by
what you mean now that you
future
bring that up.
like
Yeah.
and then you have to get warriors to defend your farm, and it was literally that, like the same exact storytelling.
Yeah.
And so it was cool to kind of see it in the Star Wars realm. Like they had like makeshift lightsabers and decent battle scenes, and but it just felt predictable because it was just like a spot on copy, carbon copy of like Seven Samurai. It's just like, okay, we're going from one hero collecting heroes, and then you have like a little mashup climax at the end, and it was just like, well, I saw that coming. Okay, like,
Mhm.
and so like I love the idea. I really love Seven Samurai, the anime, and the original movie too. Um, so it just kind of felt it was cool that they're like showing homage to it, but it just felt it didn't they didn't do anything. I don't know. It just didn't land right. I felt like Eslam said, the characters didn't have that much depth. It was mainly just collecting heroes right now. This first movie, I felt like, so maybe more depth like in the characters will come next movie, second part. But that's what I felt like. They're just rounding up the ragtags groups of people.
Honestly, I think Zack Snyder's one of the greatest trailer makers of all time. Like, he makes really good trailers for his projects. And that's about it. Like, his trailers always like they're so good. The music's on point, the scenes he chooses, like it's always on point. And then you see the rest of the project and it's just kind of like eh. But
They
Dan,
took all the highlights.
what are your thoughts, Dan?
I mean, the moment I saw this announcement of the movie, I saw the trailer of the movie, I saw everything. I was just like, I clearly would in there just know I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna be anything special.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's like I they were building up the hype. I was like, I'm not you ain't tricking me, Netflix. I know. I could tell you just looking at this shit. I was like, this is I'm gonna go in there. I'm not gonna be interested. I wasn't.
Mhm.
And it's one of those things where it's just like, hey man, like you guys are relating it to other things. So when I was I'm sorry, I almost started singing a song. When I was a young boy, my father. My, when I was a young boy, um, what's it called? I
Start
used to play
singing My Chemical Romance.
exactly. It's like why not? Fuck it. But when I was a kid, I would play with my toys, right, or action figures, or whatever you call it. I basically there was like three games I used to play. I had a wrestling ring, so I would create a wrestling thing, and they all wrestle. You had the Ninja Turtles were a tag team going up against other people. Casey Jones is trying to win the IC title. It's a whole thing. And then I played my Batman and Robin,
Mhm.
where it's Batman and Robin would go together, and then I would always want Alfred to be part of the group. I felt bad that he was stuck back at Wayne Manor, and so I
Mhm.
wanted the three of them to kind of like go up against these villains until they kind of go up against the top villain, whoever I wanted to be at that point. And then the third one I would do, where is I would have somebody who would go out and do something. A lot of times it would still be related to Batman, and he had to put together a team and he would go and he would recruit somebody and then they would work together and they would recruit somebody else and they would do it. One of the reasons why I like Mass Effect 2 so much, or Mass Effect in
Mm.
general, and this
Yeah.
movie is that. It's like, oh, you just made a movie out of what I played with my toys. Oh,
Yeah.
you just made a movie out of Mass Effect 2. They even had fucking loyalty missions in the goddamn movie. it's it's like you go and you do it. It's like, oh, we got to get the lady who's good with the swords, but let's do her mission real quick. And
Yeah.
now we have her officially. And it was just like literally, it's like everything they're doing. It's like you're just doing the same shit I've seen, the same shit I used to play with as a kid. It is what it is. I mean, it was. I'm not. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
Yeah,
I was
same.
just
I didn't
bored.
hate it or love it.
Yeah.
It's just it was there. I watched it and it was over.
See, I barely did that. I
Yeah.
struggled to watch it because I was just bored. It was like I didn't dislike it. I was just bored. Like you ever go on look at just different apps or whatever on your phone, and they have like or on YouTube even where they're just like, hey, there's this ad for this thing where it's like you could make money while playing a game. I
Mhm.
was watching this movie and I legit sat there and was just like, let me see if this shit's real. I legit downloaded one of those apps and I was just playing games. It was like right now I might have to be up to $30 on an Amazon gift card. So thank you, Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
I might have made some money.
Good shit.
That's all I got from that.
Um, from what I saw from the movie, the story structure was very similar to Dune, right? You have this like mother world, you have the empire, and they're conquering everything, and you have the rebels fighting, and then you have those weird people in the red with the masks, kind of like same thing. You have the different like religious aspect in Dune, and they weren't fighting over spice, but like they were just they were fighting over conquering, and then like the conquering lost its meaning like halfway through the film. Like the main person had gotten murdered, and then they just kept conquering, where he wanted to stop the conquering and his daughter was gonna bring in a new age. But
Which
like
is the plot to Gladiator. Just saying. That's literally like you. Everything that this movie has done, I have seen.
well, yeah, I mean, I didn't expect anything super new, but like it could have been like he took it and added his own twist to it, but it just wasn't a good enough twist. I mean, he took we saw similar each one of us in whatever we've seen, we each saw that in this movie,
Hmm.
and maybe that's what he's going for, to get people to like it, but I feel like that didn't work for me. Also, like, none of the characters were just super duper interesting.
I didn't care about any of those people.
There was literally no background, like even until the whole movie towards the end. Little spoilers, but like that's the only time you found out like the main character, like a little background. So like, oh, she's she's royalty. Like, oh, like that. There's like no background at all.
She's
Just
not even
just
royalty. She was just the
She
chick.
was adopted.
Yeah,
yeah,
she's Thanos' daughter.
Yeah,
She's
there's something else
Gamora.
that's happened.
Yeah, she's
But it's like
Gamora,
So
literally.
that, and it's what killed me was like the twist, or just like, man, I have never or twist. I've never seen a twist that I honestly could not give a fuck about. Like I've never seen something that I cared so little about in my life. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
And
when
then
he
I started
betrayed
playing
them.
spades. Yeah, I started playing spades on my phone.
Yeah,
are
I was just like,
you talking
okay.
about the end? Like that like final scene where that guy came back?
Where he was like betraying the
Yeah,
betrayal.
when
Oh,
was it when
oh,
King
yeah.
Arthur
Oh.
betrayed everybody?
Yeah, where have I seen this guy?
King
I feel like
Arthur.
I know I've never seen him in a movie. I've just so there was a King Arthur movie.
Yeah,
Okay, I probably seen him in a trailer for it. Just
he's
forgot
been in a
about it.
couple of movies. He's
It's
like
like
a
I knew him, and then I knew the
Is
guy
he
from
from Sons of
Amistad.
Anarchy?
yeah. He was in Sons of
Okay,
Anarchy, I
so
think.
I probably know him more from
Yeah,
there, if
yeah.
anything. But I know the guy from Amistad, also Amistad / Blood Diamond. I know him.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He was in Guardians also
Yeah,
for like a hot minute.
that's what I'm saying. It's like I know him, and I don't know anybody else here,
Yeah,
and I don't even know his name. Like
me
it's
either.
like
Yeah, he's the really buff black guy that shows up in a lot of movies, but he's not famous.
he was also in Gladiator.
Yeah, he was. He's the one that like healed the
Yeah,
yeah his arm. Yeah,
Marcus
Marcus Aurelius
Marcus
Maximus.
Aurelius Maximus. It was
Marcus
Marcus Aurelius
Decimus
was the Caesar.
Meridius?
Oh,
Maximus. No, you got it, Maximus.
Maximus.
oh,
Maximus Decimus Meridius.
yeah.
There you
There
go.
you
Thank
go.
you.
There you
Maximus disciple Meridian.
go.
Close enough.
Gerard Butler. Okay, it's Gerard Butler. That's who it was.
It wasn't though.
It wasn't. Who was it?
No, that's 300.
It
Oh
was Russell
fuck.
Crowe.
Oh,
It's
Russell
Russell
Crowe.
Crowe,
Jesus.
the $1 Million Man.
They look
Also
the
having
same.
Paul Giamatti. That's how we feel about Rebel Moon. Now. We're talking about every other fucking movie. That's how we feel.
Because
about
Rebel
this.
Moon was every other fucking movie
It really
combined into
was.
one.
Just one mediocre ass movie.
One thing.
You really said Gerard Butler though. Hold up.
Confident as
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
Dude, I was confident as hell, bro. They look the same.
Oh man,
One thing I did want to
He's gonna
bring
be in
up.
the remake.
they are making a Gladiator Part 2. You know,
Oh, nice.
It's got Gerard Butler.
Denzel Washington actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
You serious?
yeah. No, I'm looking up.
He's gonna play the same role from Training Day. I want to see this.
You motherfuckers.
Put a case on all of y'all.
um, no, one thing I wanted to bring up from the movie, which I thought was uh weird, is because Zack Snyder is usually really good with his fight choreography. Um, from 300, he did a really good job with those like slow mo shots, and like the fight choreography was really well done. Here, I feel like he definitely slipped, and Rudy had put in the message, has Zack Snyder's time passed, and I think it did, because I don't know, man. Like there was one part of the fight choreography when she was fighting in that barn when they were about to rape the girl, and she saved her. And one shot was like slow mo while she was stabbing some dude's foot, and I'm like, why do I need this shot right here? This is not an interesting shot. Like it was so weird. Like some of the choreography was really weird, and where the slow mo shots were put was just like not in the right place. And I'm just like, this is, I, you're losing your touch, Zack Snyder.
No. I just want to point something out. Rudy said people think The Matrix looked amazing and stated now. I didn't, sir. Back in the 90s when The Matrix came out, I was out there fighting the good fight, saying this was overrated, it was trash. And it just took many years for people to realize this.
I was smitten over the Matrix. I'll still watch the Matrix. Yeah, I'll give it to you. It's not the best movie anymore, but just like anything, movies get the CGI and the technology gets better.
It depends. It depends on the movie. I feel
But
like
you can't
because of that
deny
type
that
of
the
movie.
Matrix kind of like sent a ripple in the sci-fi community.
Oh,
like
100%.
opened people's eyes and
100%
like, oh,
did.
reality is a simulation. Kind of
See,
put
I don't know
that,
if it was
like,
for the
crazy.
better. It did, but I don't know if it was for the better.
Well, okay.
My
I
thing
liked
is like
it.
every movie that came out after that had to have a slow motion shot. And I was just like, have you gone back and seen the Charlie's Angels from the early 2000s? Half of the fucking movies in slow motion. It was like a year or two ago.
Half of this movie was in slow motion, bro.
And it's just like, I get it. You like doing slow mo moves. Just fucking stop.
Yeah, with
So
Charlie's Angels, they're just trying to watch the girls in slow mo. Like,
I guess, but it's just like, oh man. But no, going back to Zack Snyder. I'm be real with you guys. I never put Zack Snyder on a pedestal. I don't know why. Like people like to say Zack Snyder's like one top guy. I like his stuff. Sure, Batman v Superman is like is my favorite superhero movie. Period. And it's because of the story. But it's like it's one of those things where it's just Zack Snyder altogether. It's just like he's not bad. He's nowhere near like one of the greats. That's why it's
No,
just
I
like
don't think he's one of the greats, but he's known
I
for
feel like a
certain
lot of people try
things.
to put him that way. Like Netflix was just like, this is a fucking series made by Zack Snyder. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess.
his
Um.
projects definitely catch a lot of eyes, but
Yeah.
I think they're hit or miss. Like, but
Yeah.
he does do like a good job of
He's like
drawing
M Night
attention.
Shyamalan
And
shitbag.
Yeah, M Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, like his movies are usually like a hit or miss, like his scary movies, and
Well, his thing is just he just wants to. Hey, I'm gonna get you with the twist. It was like we know
yeah.
it's coming now, Mister Knight Shyamalan.
So same thing with Zach. It's like I'm gonna do the slow mo, the weird lighting, and really good like score. And I feel like none of that was present in this movie. Like well done at least, because like again, I'm gonna go to 300. I love 300, man. I don't care what anyone says. That movie was just mm, it's just like beautiful action sequences. There were it was very well done, and when you compare it to this, it's just like this Rebel Moon just falls short on like every aspect, man. And then you have, obviously The Watchmen, and I love that movie with a passion, and that movie was fucking great, and it had its slow-mo shots too, but again, there's just like certain things that he
They also had
he's
an
known
interesting
for.
story. This
Yeah.
didn't.
Well, sure, because he did like The Watchmen. He did page for page from the comic book, right?
And
With a
300
little,
was another comic book.
yeah. So it's just like he. I think he just needs to adapt material, that goes well with his style, which these two did. Um, he tried when he tries to adapt material and then like rewrite it.
Yeah, put a spin on it.
It's not good. That's what happened with Batman v Superman. That's what happened with like the Justice League, and it's just like it didn't work out too well. But Batman v Superman, the director's cut, or no, Justice League, the director's cut. I love that movie.
Well, Batman v
It's
Superman, the extended version
the
is
extended version
is
was
good.
really good too, but I'd put the Zack Snyder Justice League cut above that one.
Hmm.
It's just like it was way longer, but it was just it needed to be that long. I don't think this one needed to be that long. And let's just see what happens when he releases the director's cut. Probably like 3.5 hours. This one
Yeah,
was 2 hours and
I
15 minutes.
wonder.
Like how
I
much
wonder if
more?
I wonder if the characters are going to get more depth in the director's cut, because
they
I
got to
really
do the
felt
next
like
loyalty
in this
missions.
movie they just
Yeah.
collected everybody and there was no like time for background.
Yeah,
Like at one point, like the swords lady was fighting a spider lady, and I was just like, what the
I
fuck?
looked up. Yeah, I looked up for playing like a game on my phone. I was like, I don't know what's happening, and I'm not
I'm
going
just
back.
like, I'm
I'm
just
just
like,
accepting this.
they're like, oh, my children were murdered, and my children were murdered, and now I'm gonna make all the women feel how it feels when their children are murdered, and
So
then
I
she
also want
murdered
to point
her, and
out
I'm just like, the fuck.
that's the Rachni mission in Mass Effect, which comes back in Mass Effect 3, where you join the Rachni join you or go up
Yeah,
against you, depending on the decision you made.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Zack Snyder.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that felt random. They're just following her, then boom, she's fighting a spider lady. Like, okay,
Yeah.
like,
I was
what
like, all
the?
right, I guess, guys, whatever.
They just stared and watched, dude. They didn't even try to help her ass. They're just
Oh,
like,
and I love
okay.
how like the mother world, they're like super Nazi based. Like they're
Yeah,
like their uniforms are just like
just straight Nazi.
heavily influenced from Hugo Boss Nazi uniforms.
There's also a man that tamed a griffin
Yes,
in this
that
movie.
Oh,
Like
for
that
no
happened.
reason.
that
Like,
For
what was
no
the point of
that
reason.
this?
random,
Where
dude.
is that Griffin gonna come back?
I I don't
He
know.
killed the owner. I don't know.
Every
Maybe he'll
opportunity
fly
they
away.
had, they were just like, let's just show this man shirtless.
They got
Let's
a
just make
native.
this man
They got
shirtless.
a Native American to tame a griffin,
And then he
the
was just there. The
and
rest
he
of the movie
was
was
just
like,
like,
fuck
"Atta
it, you're in
girl."
the movie. I guess you can hang out.
I guess you're part of the crew.
He did
Yeah.
nothing, bro.
Like legit, it was just like, all right, you're here, cool.
I completely forgot about him.
For real. I was like, he tamed a griffin. He could do something, probably. I don't know.
That was just like so much money wasted on like CGI for
Like,
like
what the
for
fuck
no
was this
addition
movie?
to the progress of the story other than he needed to tame the griffin so he can get his
Jeffrey.
freedom so they can take him. At this and the guy died at the end of it. You might as well just fucking killed them all and took him
I was like, yeah, they could have just done what they had to do, but
and be like, "Hey, we'll take this griffin with us. Maybe it'll help us."
all I'm gonna say is like, this is all random dumb shit. I will put Bahubali way above this movie. You know what I'm saying? Because Bahubali, they did some weird shit, and some of it was like, where's it coming from? But we understood part of why they were doing what they were doing
Yeah.
to an extent. There was some stuff that was a little bit out there, but at least they did something with it. Like
That's a hot take. That's a real hot take.
compared to
Bahubali.
this,
That's what I'm saying.
Bahubali taught me how to
Bahubali
woo
better
my wife.
than Rebel Moon.
100%,
That's a real hot take.
bro.
But
The
you
performances,
might convince me by
the
the end.
dancing.
You
Come
might
on.
convince me by the end of this podcast.
Bahubali is so much better than this goddamn.
Where's
movie.
Henry? Henry, what the fuck you leave for, bro? Come back. This was your movie,
Oh
Bahubali.
man, but it's like even the symbolism behind Bahubali. That man climbed a waterfall, and there was a point to it.
Yeah,
This other man, he was like, "Let me tame a griffin, and then I'm just gonna tag along, I guess."
yeah, and do nothing. And do nothing with my skills. I'm just gonna
I hope
look
he does something
ripped
in the
as
second
fuck
movie.
with my 0% body fat, and do absolutely nothing in my shawl. He had a shawl on in outer
did.
space.
That's all you need sometimes.
It's cold in space.
And you know what? I'm gonna come at you with one of these Eslam moments that's ridiculous. This fucking guy with the dreads, like slow mo running, and uses his spear to break the
Oh, yeah.
glass of that ship.
No, fuck. Here we go.
Right, the glass of the ship
How is it
that
gonna
fucking
happen?
travels through outer space.
Yeah.
This guy broke it with a fucking spear.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
It was a space spear.
That's why it wasn't even a special spear. It wasn't glowing. It didn't glow like that other lady's swords. It didn't do shit. It was just a spear, bro. It was.
So it
I
was
think someone
vibranium.
broke it later on with their hands. Like, I mean,
Eslam,
come
there
on.
was a fucking robot wearing antlers by the end of this fucking movie, and that's what you're complaining about. And I'm not making that shit up either. That fucking happened,
What was that? It just at the
and
end,
that's what
just
you're
like
complaining about.
so,
He's
he
like,
just
I'm
turned
still
like,
here. I'm part elk. End. It's like, okay, I guess. Sure.
Honestly, I don't remember that.
wow,
The
that's
robot
funny as
dude.
hell.
The robot dude who sat next to that girl who's just
Yeah.
like the girl who's dealing with all these. Oh, that was another scene that fucking. That's when I was just like,
Robot.
I need to do something else. Where it's like, she's just like, oh, let me go ahead and give you this flower. You're a robot for the enemy who I'm terrified of. I don't know what to do. Then the robot turns to her and is like, never said a word to this girl before. You remind me of the daughter of the king, the princess, because she was so kind. And this, I
Yeah.
was like, robot dude, she gave you a flower and she's terrified. Calm
Yeah.
the fuck down, all right? Relax.
This
God.
robot was in the movie for like 5 minutes too, and then all of a sudden at the end of the movie just comes back like
He's
fucking
wearing antlers.
like a full-on buck with antlers, just like
I gotta
time
go
has
see the end of this
passed.
movie again,
that
bro. I
robot
missed
seen
something.
some things. He was in nature. He probably learned how to meditate. Like,
Oh, what the
shoot.
fuck was this movie? Like, I can't.
They're gonna save the farm that next movie.
I guess.
And then at the end, the white dude came back like, "Oh wow, we didn't see that coming."
But wait, dude, the one that betrayed
The
them.
white dude that she like hit off that tower or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right,
The
right,
main- the
right.
main
They hooked him up to the
antagonist, like-
machine. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then he spoke to the regent, and then they brought him back to life because he was like hooked up to some shit. There was like some tentacle porn happening at one point.
Yeah,
And
that
I'm
was
just
some
like, the
weird shit.
fuck's going on? They brought the boys into this. Like, that's that's a boys moment. When the
I
dude
actually
was
thought of the
fucking the
Matrix when I
octopus,
saw that.
but that shit
Yeah.
was hilarious. Oh
Thank
my
you
god.
for that, Zack Snyder.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you
I'm
for
just,
this mashup of everything you've ever seen in your life.
yeah, for real.
Yo, this is
Like,
that's
not for nothing, they had bootleg lightsabers in this
they
movie.
did.
They really did.
They showed him
They
for like
really
10
did.
seconds and they never
Yeah.
showed him again.
Yeah. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know, man. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I am more excited to see Bahubali 2 than the sequel to this.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, at
Yep.
this point. Whew. My
I don't
goodness.
even feel any inclination to finish that second part. Like,
We'll
That's
see what
why
happens in April, man.
that's why I
April's
texted you
still a long
guys. We're
way.
just like, hey, it's like, I had suggested something else that we watch, and then you're just like Rebel Moon, and I was just like, fuck. That's what I was like. I texted you guys
You
like,
know
yeah,
what,
if you
Dan?
guys want to do it, I'm down.
I'm gonna put this on official record. I apologize
Thank you. I
because
was
I don't
ready.
even
I thought it
remember
was gonna be
what was
good.
your suggestion was, and
Yeah,
for some reason, Rebel Moon was out, and I was like, I want to
yeah,
watch this. Let's watch this, and
yeah.
I felt
I
like
could.
it was a
I'm
little
not
more
gonna say what it is, but I'm
accessible.
gonna go ahead and look up what it was. Oh yeah, yeah. I know exactly what it was. Currently in theaters.
I want to watch that
oh
too. Actually, I
yes,
really we
yes,
have to
yes,
do an
yes,
episode on
One
that.
hundred
It looked
percent, we
good.
do,
It
and
looked
yeah,
it's
fucking.
not this.
yeah. Unfortunately, just I
It's gonna be
haven't
light
had the
years
chance to
better.
go see it yet.
No, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, so
But yeah, that's why when you guys, it was just like, and it's weird because I was kind of just like, hey, do you guys want to go get some steak? And then you're like, no, we got Twinkies. Like that's what that felt like.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
for Rebel Moon, I was like, yeah, if you guys want Twinkies, I'm down. I
It's
guess.
like I got Dino Nuggies at home, dude. Like
yeah.
steak.
Don't be disrespecting Dino Nuggies like that, son. This movie ain't worth Dino Nuggies.
Are Dino
True, you're
Nuggies
right.
good? I don't.
I don't know. It's
They're,
just
they're pretty good.
there's just chicken nuggets in the
I
shape
was
of
about to say, aren't they
dinosaurs.
just nuggets?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They are.
still better than this movie.
I don't want to. I don't want to come off sounding like I hated the movie. I'm just really indifferent towards it.
Yeah,
Like I truly, I was like, I have no opinion on this. This is weird.
I
Honestly,
mean that's true, Rudy. Let me put
No.
this up. Rudy says, "Does it matter if you like it though? All they care about is views on Netflix." True, people are gonna see it,
Oh,
and whether they like it or not, what it will depend on is whether people will go back to see part two,
yeah.
and
that's
that's
where it
gonna
affects
be
it the
where
Which
they
most.
it,
hit.
let's be real, because it is. Netflix has people tuned to the point where it's just like, hey, this is the most watched thing. Watch it here. It's in front. It's once you go into Netflix, it's there. It's
Yeah.
the first thing you see. Go watch it. And people are
Every
just like,
Friday, it's just
okay,
like, here,
yeah.
you're off
All
from
right.
work.
Well,
Watch
it's
this.
Friday night. We got nothing else to watch. Let's put it on.
The day I become that person, I want you to fucking kill me because I can't stand that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But
Uh,
yeah, that's I don't know. I really don't have anything else to say about Rebel Moon.
it
I
happened.
think it did
It,
happen.
I will not be watching it again. I could
Did it
say
need to
that
happen?
for
Oh
that
no, yeah,
much.
no need for
Yeah.
this to
As
happen.
So
debatable.
Honestly, the only thing I might be somewhat interested in, why does the robot have antlers? That's it.
I really need to go back and watch that
Like
scene, bro,
that's
because
the
I
only
do
thing I
not
want to
remember
know.
this.
Like, why do you have the antlers? And
the only
that's
thing
it.
I could recommend is watch it when the second part comes out, because you don't want to watch the first one and be like, "Yo, this shit was fucking absolute garbage," and then had not have the second part to finish up and just be waiting on this garbage. Because that's what I felt like now. I'm like, I want to see the second part just to see if they fix it. The second half, like they pick up the ball in the second half, maybe. But this first part was like very mediocre. Like you said, they pulled pieces from everywhere, but it didn't do anything good. Like it it was just a well-rounded piece of shit. They polished it, but at the end of the day, it's like still shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna put this out there. Literally the same thing as this time. If you guys want to watch it and talk about it for the podcast, I'm down.
Hmm.
I'm not saying I want to, but if you guys want to do it, I will do that.
Oh, we'll see. It depends. Depends if I have the
Honestly,
energy to go through that again.
depends what else is out around that time too.
I'm
Because
sure
if there's
anything would.
anything better,
Yeah.
like
I'm sure anything would be,
Probably anything will be better.
more interesting.
Dan, do you have any wrestling news for us today?
Nothing I want to really talk about right now. There's a couple things. Off the top of my head, Andrade El Idolo is officially done with AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Rumor has he's going back to WWE. No surprise there. He's been wanting to go back to WWE for some time. Actually, now that I think about it, there were some potential Chris Jericho like allegations that they were talking about that might be a thing.
Mm.
I don't really want to speak too much on it until we know what's happening. So if you guys want to know what's up with that, you can always look it up. But it's one of those things where it's just like we don't know what's going on. So
Yeah, not
you can't
enough
believe
information's
anyone's
out. Yeah,
side. You
yeah.
have to like more information has to come out or something has to be said. So there is that. But yeah, there's that. Royal Rumble's coming up. The Rock was on Monday Night Raw.
Mm.
Um, I was hoping for Big E. I got The Rock. So
Yeah.
there's that. Yeah. So off the top of my head, that's all I got.
Disco, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Oh God,
Um,
there's so much more. I'm sorry. I just real there was. Go ahead.
now you can go. You can go if there's more.
No, I just thought there was a whole AEW pay per view. MJF lost the title. The Devil was revealed to be Adam Cole and Samoa Joe as the champion. And Wrestle Kingdom is happening, where you have the winner of the G1 Climax, uh,
Hey.
Tetsuya Naito, the man who climaxed harder than anyone this year, is
Mm-hmm.
going up against. I love saying that. He's going up against Sanada, where they used to be members of Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Mm-hmm.
But Naito is still there, and then Sanada is just he's the leader of just Five Guys. That's the name of their group, just Five Guys. They didn't come
Oh,
up with a name.
nice.
Yep. So we're gonna
Wonderful.
have that. Honestly, I'm probably gonna be talking about that a lot next week.
Okay.
The results of Wrestle Kingdom, the Japanese WrestleMania. So
Yeah.
very very excited about that.
Nice. Looking forward to it.
Mhm.
Disco, you have anything?
I don't have a picture. I didn't look it up. I kind of just off the whim. I wanted to talk about that Inuyasha show that came out recently.
Oh yeah, we can talk about it. I saw most of
Uh,
it. I didn't see the last episode yet, but
I didn't even know that was
yeah,
that had come out.
yeah, yeah, it's out.
yeah, it came out. It
And I
was,
didn't even know it was a thing like Inuyasha.
it felt
Live action,
so
yeah.
kind of weird to me. It was like a 5 episode show, which like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If usually there's six or like the lowest like a six or some BBCs I've seen three, but like it was just like a weird ass five. And overall, I did kind of like it, but it was very congested. Not congested, but like condensed. They skipped over a lot of stuff. Like I remember watching the show, and I remember it was a big thing for like Yusuke to like learn the spirit gun, and then
Mm-hmm.
eventually he got better, and he can like look at his fingers and see like how
How
many
many
he had
guns
You're
he
left.
talking
could
about Yu
use?
Yu
And
Hakusho.
Yes.
You
what
said
did I say?
Inuyasha.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
shoot!
That's what I was
Yu
about to
Yu
say. I
Ha-
was like,
Yu-
okay. I was like, no, Yu Yu Hakusho. I've been watching some. I
my
didn't
bad,
finish it.
my bad.
No, you're
I'm
good.
talking about
Very
Yu Yu
different.
Hakusho here.
Very different.
My bad.
It's funny because I knew exactly what he was talking about,
Well,
and I was just
I did because I was like, I know very little about Inuyasha. Then he said spirit gun. I was like, no, I know what a spirit gun is.
yeah.
That is so
I know
funny.
Yu Yu Hakusho. All right.
No, yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho came out on Netflix. Thank you for correcting me. I didn't even realize I said that wrong. But Yusuke, it felt kind of rushed, and overall, I did kind of like the casting. I did like the bond between him and Kurobara, and then they had Kurama and Hiei. And, I really enjoyed those characters that it
Tagoro
brought up
brothers.
it brought up the nostalgia for me, but overall it just felt very condensed. Like even the tournament with the Tagoro brothers, it like I remember the anime it was like a legit tournament. Like there was like different rounds of fighting
Hmm.
other people. There was like a wind guy with red hair. I really liked his
That
crazy
was the
accent
second
at the
tournament.
time. Yeah, yeah, and but
This,
there's only like one tournament in this show, so it's like
yeah, that.
and it was
So,
barely even a tournament. It just looked like
but
random
in the
street
show, what
brawls that people
happens
were
is
gambling on.
they have this first tournament, and they defeat Toguro, and they realize that it didn't happen. They go into
To
the
the like
spirit
real
war.
tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, and they go to the real tournament where you see Toguro at like actual 100%
Yeah.
power. That's where you meet the red hair guy with the wind powers and all that stuff. So that
This was like the
tournament
little mini
is
one.
yet to come,
Yeah.
but this tournament wasn't supposed to be that. So I just want to clarify that.
I see,
Um,
I see. So then
so
that's
if you're
even better
messing with if it's
because
messing with your timeline, I get what you're saying, and here's my defense for how they did the show. They For a live action, you can't really do it the same way as anime, right? It's just too many episodes. There's too many things, so they do have to consider. They did the same thing for One Piece, right? They condensed a lot of things in One Piece. The reason why I haven't watched One Piece with Nadia yet, because I want her to see how the story actually unfolds before she jumps in and gets her uh, before she thinks that's how actually the story is, right? So in One Piece, the live action, they introduce Garb very early, and Garb is a big part of Luffy's story in those 8 episodes. Garb isn't introduced in the anime until like episode 400. Like you don't see Garb or know who he is until episode 400. And when I saw that, and I didn't actually watch it, but I kind of like skimmed through the episodes and the names and stuff, and I was like, okay, I don't like how. It's not that I don't like it. I just don't want her first experience with One Piece to be that. So for Yu Yu Hakusho, we didn't do the same thing, which is fine because I think they didn't really deviate from the story that much. They just condensed it super hard, which I'm fine with because you kind of need to do that in live action. But
It's
when
gonna
she
happen
was,
with Avatar as well.
yeah, when
You
she
know,
watched it, she was like, "Oh, this is interesting. We should watch the anime." So that got her interested in might wanting to watch the anime, which we might do later on. But right now we got too much going on. We finished the last Airbender. We just finished season 2 of Legend of Korra, and we're gonna start season 3. And
the
then we're
Red
wait.
Lotus.
Yeah, I told her, bro. I didn't
Show.
tell her, but
Do me a favor before she watches it. Show her the reveal trailer for Legend of Korra season 3. That is one of the
okay,
hypest trailers ever.
I will. Okay.
Like I'd
So
still go back
far,
and watch that
so far,
trailer.
she's not happy with Korra, bro.
Okay,
She's super not happy with Korra
that's
after
fine.
season 2.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Season 2, I get it. Like especially
Yeah.
with the way it ends and everything, I understand it.
She was
But
so upset. She was like, "Fuck this bitch." When
what she
she
was mad
lost
that
like,
she was mad that she like cut the line of like all
yeah,
the
when she
avatars
lost
and
the
shit.
connection to all the other avatars, yo, you should have. It was. I wish I had like a reaction video going
Yeah,
on because she was so upset, and she was like, "Yo, this bitch, bro, I'm so mad right now." Like,
I see.
it
I'm
was
I'm
just. It
weird.
was
I
so
enjoyed
funny.
that part because I was just like, she has no fucking backing now. She can't go back. It's like, hey, it's you.
Yeah.
Figure it out. It's you now. So
She's winging it now.
It's
yeah.
interesting, but yeah, it was just like really funny to see. Like I don't say anything when we watch these shows. She asks a lot of questions and I don't answer it. I just
Yep.
ignore her.
Yep.
Or like if I do answer a question, it's something to clarify stuff in
Yep.
the past episodes. But I don't like because I want her to have her own opinion about it and not my opinion. But yeah, so far she's but I told her I'm like so she read the synopsis for the season and she was like, "Oh, Boomy becomes an airbender." So I was like, "Yeah." I was like, I explained that because of harmonic convergence, it brought balance to the benders because there was no more airbenders. The airbending ability was given to random people across the planet,
Yep.
and we get to see our first airbending villain, and that's all I said.
Just
And
oh man,
I
just
can't wait
please,
to
please
watch.
show her that
I will
trailer
show her that
because it's
trailer.
like I'm legit gonna go watch this trailer as soon as we're done with
Yeah,
this episode.
I
Like
will
that's how
go.
much I love
I
that.
will show her the trailer for season 3.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho has been really good so far, even though it's really condensed. The training arc with Genkai was like super short. It was like it was like 20 minutes of an episode over like a week or something in training time, and yeah, it was. It's been pretty interesting. I still haven't seen the ending yet because we got sidetracked with other shows, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. I hope it gets renewed for a second season, man. It's I think they
Yeah,
can do a good job with
honestly,
it.
if they do put a second one, I'll definitely watch for sure. But yeah, I'm just curious to see where they go with it. But
Yeah.
I did like what I saw, but I don't know. I just
No,
kind of wish there was more.
I completely understand what you mean. When I saw that it was 5 episode, it was kind of like, okay, this is a little weird, but I still watch. I'm still like watching with an open mind. Like the first episode really had me hooked. I think the fighting choreography was really well done. The way they did with the powers and stuff, it was just it was interesting and it was well done. So I give a shout out to them for doing that justice because if they would have failed that one too, I would have been like, you guys really gotta stop live actioning these animes, man. Like
But you
fuck,
didn't
For
like Death
real.
Note.
huh?
You didn't like Death Note.
I've never watched live action Death Note of
Dog.
any 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 version of it, whether it was the
Yeah,
Japanese one, the English one, doesn't matter. I didn't watch it.
it's rough.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think I watched that either. Actually, a live action Death Note.
And I still
yeah,
say, hey, great casting. Willem Dafoe as Ryuk,
yeah, yeah.
fucking genius.
It is.
But
It's a
I mean,
fantastic casting, but
yeah, that's just
I've heard a lot of bad things. I
oh
heard
no.
nothing but bad things about that
Wow.
movie.
There is only bad things to say
Yeah.
about it, except for Willem Dafoe being
Yeah.
Ryuk.
That's the one
The one
shining
And it's
light
not,
in the
and I'm
saving.
not
movie.
even saying that he did a good job. I'm saying it's a great cast. That's a great choice. I was like,
Yeah.
whoever thought of that, I was like, fuck yeah. So
Good
that's it.
job. Everybody else dropped the ball.
I showed Jazz Death Note. She loved it. Wow. You don't have to
The
put her out
like
like
the
that,
live
Rudy.
action or like the anime, Rudy. You need to
Rudy, just say the anime.
specify.
Say the manga. Do not say Netflix.
Because if you say live action,
We have a very small amount of people that watch this.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
We're
Thank God.
gonna be
Yes, yes,
anime. Thank God.
Okay,
yes. Okay.
okay. And the anime was good.
Yeah,
That
the
was
Anime
anime
is
was
amazing.
good.
Yeah,
I didn't like the
yeah.
ending, but the anime was good.
Well, yeah. Once you get to like the 3/4 of the way there, it's meant to end.
Yeah.
My mom's a big fan of fucking Death Note.
Nice.
So is Big E, formerly Langston of the New Day.
Good shit.
No,
And you don't need to see the live action, Rudy. Don't waste your time on
don't
that.
do that to yourself. Go watch Bahubali.
Yeah. And then go watch our review of Bahubali. But is there any final thoughts, gentlemen? Disco, why don't you start us off?
Shoot, it's good to be in this new year. Holidays are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But we made it. We made it over here. New year.
Congrats.
Happy to be living with my fiance. We made it to another year. Our first New Year's together. Living
Awesome.
in our own like
Congratulations.
place. So yeah, special for us. We got to see our family. She actually just flew to Jersey now to see her family. So
Nice.
I'm looking forward to a couple days to myself and
Yeah.
walk around naked and meow with my cats
Doing
and
that.
play guitar
Yeah.
and jiggle my head. You know. So
You
yeah,
excited,
yeah.
bro? The countdown has started.
Yeah, I'm excited to go out to work, come home. The house is all mine. I could play my guitar, play games, do whatever I want. The freedom.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I miss her, so
I
it's a
know.
weird feeling. It's a
Yeah.
weird ass feeling, like being being in a relationship.
I know it's wild.
How
Dan,
about y'all?
what you got?
Hey, yeah. So it's it's a new year.
Hmm.
Same,
I love
same
it, bro.
thing.
I love it.
Nothing's changed. Christmas happened. Um, yeah, you go. You go.
Okay. Um, it's it's wild that in a few weeks it will be my 1 year anniversary. It's crazy how fast time passed,
Mhm.
and
Damn, for real. That
it's
really went
January
quick.
already. I know. This time last year it was just super hectic and getting ready for the wedding and getting ready for like the religious ceremony here and then getting ready to go to Dubai while still working and doing all this other shit. Um, so yeah, man, couple weeks, 1 year anniversary. Wow, it's just crazy. This year went by so quickly. Hopefully,
You have anything
2024.
planned?
Not yet. We're still planning stuff. We don't know what we want to do yet. We might just take the weekend away, just do something little away, and we might travel in February or something. But but as of right now, no, nothing set in stone yet. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good. It's been a lot of work, and yeah, man. Uh, we've just been grinding. Like literally, we came back, and we haven't had a break since. Like we've just been grinding with work and shit. So it's gonna we're gonna try to take a little break soon.
I
Good
bet, man.
shit.
That wedding was extravagant.
Yep, still paying it off. Um, but yeah, good shit. Well, thank you for listening to Los Wise Guys podcast. If you like what you hear, follow us on social media. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, and review. And Go check out our website, listwiseguys.com. Go check out the YouTube channel. And thank you for listening. Have a great week.